Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Modern Witch Tarot deck by Lisa Sturl. My brain went blank there for a quick second. There's a website for her. It is sterlingpublishing.com. So if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. Just freeze frame there if you need to. Supportive Oracle cards, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. Colette has a website too. There's a picture of her too. Down here. Feel free to freeze frame if you need to. It's her name, ColetteBaronReed.com. Where's there a bump there? Alright. Are we ready? I think we're ready. Alright, what do we got for Sagittarius? Okay. Stuck. I got another card coming out upside down. Cards just keep coming up. It's like one card just always pops up upside down. It's a different card every time. It just keeps happening, which is fine. Things are stuck. What you may not know. It's kind of like I keep trying to fix something. I keep trying to fix it, and I don't understand why it just never goes right. They're saying back off for a second. You're holding the line. You're keeping something going. You're keeping something... Like, it's almost like I'm holding up a bookshelf. It kind of feels like I'm holding up a bookshelf. Like, you're not meant to stand there for the rest of your life holding up that bookshelf. But that's kind of how this feels. It's kind of like, all right, we got to at least, like, I have to get out of this spot. So if some of the books are going to fall so that I can set this down, then I'm going to have to accept that. And we got to like take the books off and we got to fix the shelf because you're not meant to stand there you're not meant to stand there for the rest of your life holding the bookshelf. That's not your purpose. But I feel like that's what's going on. Things aren't changing because you're holding something in place that you're not meant to hold in place. Like if you were there to fix the bookshelf, but nobody ever brings you what you need to fix it. And you're just like, I'm waiting for somebody to show up so I can fix this bookshelf so these books don't fall, but nobody comes. So it's kind of like, all right, we're going to have to put it down, and some things may fall, but that's what's going to have to happen. The reason they're saying this is the card that came in upside down. Judgment against somebody. Somebody's just going... The energy's not working. Somebody's just trying to keep something going. They're not putting in the work to correct something. They want to believe it's going to be what it's not. It's kind of like trying to make apple pie with oranges. You're not going to make apple pie with oranges. You're just not going to do it. It's not going to be an apple pie. Not if you're using oranges. It's just not going to. But they're round and they're a fruit, so it should work. No, it shouldn't. Apples and oranges are different. And it's almost like they just keep trying. Like, well, sooner or later it'll work. If I just keep trying, it'll work. It's like, no, you have oranges. You don't have apples. You can't make an apple pie with oranges. But they're so defiant about it. Very defiant about it. Like, no, it'll be fruit. It'll be close enough. No, it won't. Won't be anything like it. It really won't. They have to... This has to stop. That's the shorthand of it. I'm feeling you might have to be the one to just change direction real quick. It's kind of like, let's put down the bookshelf. Let's make a different decision. Wow. I mean, yeah, you got to make the decision, though. Because I feel like at some point, if you have not already, you will at some point realize this person isn't coming to help you fix the bookshelf. They're very caught up in the rest of what's going on. I almost feel like they have you holding that bookshelf so you won't come over and tell them you can't make an apple pie with oranges. Because at first I was like, those two analogies don't seem anything related, but they're like, oh no, they're related because you're over there holding up the bookshelf so that you can't see somebody's trying to make an apple pie with oranges, because you'll be like, why would you think that would work? What in this world would make you think that could happen? So you put down the bookshelf, some things fall through the cracks, then you see what's really going on, and then it's up to you to make a decision, kind of like, listen, if they're hell-bent on making that happen, I know it's not going to work, I'm going to go do something else, and they can figure out their own situation. Because I feel like when you walk away, well, you need to walk away. I feel like it's time for you to go in a different direction. Because I'm noticing this motorcycle here. It's on the Eight of Wands, and it's on the Chariot card. You're going to go into something else that's a lot quicker, a lot more coming in. Somebody else has ideas they need help with. Somebody else is making something happen. You're just going to leave whatever that is and leave that up to that person to decide when they want to realize, like, they can try to make their pie and they can keep making it as many times as they want, and it's not going to work. But that's not for you. I don't feel like this is for you to make that work for them, or to accept that, or to point out that that's not going to work. They should know that anyway. And they're very defiant, so there's no reason for you to fight that. You got other things to go towards. You've got to choose to go towards it, though. You have to choose it. Because I feel like once you walk away from this situation, even though you know what's going on there, I feel like you're going to leave it. You're going to leave it to them. Like, if they don't want to see it, then they're not going to see it. They don't want to do it, then they're not going to do it. It's fine. You see through it. I know you see through it. But I also feel like I'm watching from a distance. I would just leave it be. Let somebody else do what they want to do. They kind of distracted you. They didn't want you being involved with it. They didn't want you telling them what the truth is. So let it be. I feel like just let it be. You got something else coming forward with this Chariot, that motorcycle. Like, the motorcycle is much more fun anyway. You got this with the winged one here. There's somebody else you're going to be a great help to, because I feel like you're helping somebody else make something happen, and it's kind of like you're also enjoying the ride. Somebody else is on this motorcycle, but you're enjoying the ride with them. There's something else here that not only you can be more effective with, but you can have more fun with. I don't see like a malicious energy, by the way, with whoever you're walking away from, because I do think you're compatible with them. They just don't want to hear it, and it's kind of like, if they don't want to hear it, I don't feel like they're going to hear it from you. So, like, why get into that? You've got the Wise Woman and the River Queen coming in. Let it be. Let it be, and let them figure it out in their own time. It may seem like that's a little harsh, but I feel like if you just let them do it their way, like, I feel like they'll find out what they need to find out. Whatever that is, there's something about their path they have to discover on their own. They're very, like, blocked on something, and I don't see you being able to really change that for them. I'm getting also a very vocal energy with that goes a few different ways. It's like it seems like they're very vocal and they go back and forth. So it's almost like the information gets a little confusing with them anyway, and I just feel like it's going to be very frustrating. It's going to drive you nuts. You're going to be like, what are you doing? Like, that doesn't even make sense. And it's kind of like you can't move forward with that. Maybe this is another thing that might help you highlight what this situation is. It's kind of like, even if you try to explain to this person and you try to move forward, it's kind of like, well, you can't make an apple pie with oranges. They'll be like, well, I got this cream of tartar. And when you make mock apple pie, you use this cream of tartar. I think if I use the oranges with that, I think this will work out. This will be great. And you're like, I still don't think that's going to work. But then they're like, yeah, but like, it's kind of like, are you making apple pie or are you making a mock pie that has no apples? Like, what are you doing? Like, wait, because they try to confuse it. And you're like, wait, what are you making? Because that, you could make that, but that doesn't have any apples in it or oranges. Like, but what are you doing? I feel like they're trying to warn you just to step away from it now. It's going to get more frustrating. I think that's what they're saying. I think that's the whole heads up of this reading, if it's hitting, because if you go in this other direction, you're going to be a lot happier, you're going to get a lot more out of it, your effort will yield more returns. This other person who is very defiant and judgment is going against them, I do feel like you get along with them. And I understand you don't want to leave them high and dry, but they're going to drive you nuts, and they don't want to hear what you have to say anyway. You could end up sticking with them and putting in a lot of effort, but it's not going to go anywhere. If you're going to put in effort, it might as well lead to something. That's why they're saying leave that alone. Go to something else. Let them do what they want. I don't see any negative energy between you and whoever you're walking away from, by the way. Like, I don't see them really getting angry with you. They might have more of an attitude, kind of like, okay, yeah, since you don't believe in what I'm doing, you might as well go do something else anyway. And you're kind of like, okay. Because they may be like, okay, you go, Sagittarius, you go do something else because you don't believe in what I'm doing anyway. And I feel like it's kind of like trying to show you that that's not going to work, but okay. I don't see any like long-term fallout, negative energy. I don't feel that there. So is there anything else we have to know about this? They're saying let it be. Let that person has to learn their own way. Go into something else. It's what's best. It's what's best for this situation. Sometimes people have to, sometimes people have to come to terms with their own situation on their own time, in their own time. I don't know what this person has to learn from this situation, but they're not going to see it your way. And I guess they're not supposed to. They have to find out for themselves what they have to find out. They have to go through the process on their own terms, and that's what's going to happen with that anyway. So you don't have to get dragged down the stairs over it, though. That's all I'm getting. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.